What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Gale Weathers in Scream 6. Now, I've seen, obviously the rumor mill has gone around regarding Scream 6 and the possible leaked, kind of, I don't even know what you would call it, synopsis maybe, in terms of what the story is going to be. Now, I highly doubt that that's real, okay? Even if it turns out to be a Gale-focused movie, I highly doubt that, blurb is actually true. Yet again, that's just my opinion. It very well could be. I want to talk about if it's a good idea. If it's a good idea to whether you split them up into different groups in Scream 6, whether Gale is the lead or, whatever you do, is that a good idea? The first thing I want to say, and I've been saying this a lot to people that I know, and I've mentioned it obviously here in videos and on Twitter and stuff. I really just don't want them to go down the Star Wars route. And I'm scared that is maybe the way they're going to go. Now, we're only one movie in, so I would say it's unfair to label it as such, right? And what I basically mean is just doing 7, 8, 9 with Scream 5, 6, 7, where you have Dewey kind of leading, being that lead legacy character, kill him off. Then you have it would have been Sydney, though, right? Because you did Luke and then Leia, so it would have been Sydney and then Gale, but obviously maybe swapping it. So Gale leads Scream 6, only for her to die, and then Sydney leads Scream 7, only for her to die. Now, I will say this, because I'm not tone deaf, right? I'm not an idiot. Nev really is kind of like the stopping brick wall to stop this entire thing from happening, which I love, by the way. I give her a lot of respect for that, because as we've talked about, it seems actually, she's kind of even said it, right? If Sydney dies in the script, she's not coming back. So I highly, again, respect her for that, and I think that would stop the idea of a Star Wars thing. However, that doesn't stop them from doing 2/3 of a Star Wars thing where Gale leads. So what I will say is this: using Disney's trilogy as a blueprint for anything, and this is controversial because I'm not a fan. Like, I hated those. I hated what's happened in Star Wars. So you may not agree, and that's totally cool. From my opinion, considering this is my video on my channel, if you are to follow Disney Star Wars, you're not doing it the right way. I don't like that. I don't think that would work in the long run. I think you're going to get a lot of hate. I think you're going to divide the fandom. I think very clearly and very statistically, you can kind of tell the Star Wars fandom was divided. Whether or not you loved those movies or hated those movies, you know that probably for every one that loves it, there's one that hates it, right? And I don't really think Scream needs that, considering also what they already did in Scream 5 with the motive being toxic fandoms, right? They'd be doing it to themselves if they kept going. Now, with all that being said, and if you followed me through so far, thank you very much for at least hearing me out. I actually do like the idea, and I don't think Star Wars was wrong with the idea of having a legacy character lead each film. Now, again, how you do it, like not having a scene with Sydney, Dewey, Gale, you probably wanted that, right? Just like not having a scene with Han, Luke, and Leia all together in the Disney Star Wars is honestly criminal. Someone should be arrested for that. But, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And I think the idea of Gale leading or Gale being kind of the center point of the next movie is fine. Now, here's the deal, though. When I say that, and also, again, the reason why I don't believe at all the blurb, the synopsis, whatever, is the way I'm even saying it is misleading, right? Because when I say like Dewey led or Gale leads, right, I mean they lead in terms of the legacy cast. I don't mean they lead the entire movie, because if you watch 5, like Sam, if I think we've all done that, right? Sam is the main character. Then the whole plot revolves around her, and even Tara is kind of like a mechanism, right, to get Sam in. And Tara is a main character too, but really everything revolves around Sam. You could even argue a lot of the movie is kind of taking place, if you had to like assume the movie's taking place from any one's perspective, it really is kind of Sam's, right? She's learning that she's at Stu's house the same time now we are obviously already knew, but like, I mean, she's learning it at the same time we're supposed to learn it, which that's a good example of why, again, she's kind of the lead. We're seeing things through mainly her eyes, all right? So the reason I bring that up is because the idea of like the synopsis literally like declaring Gale is the lead, like everything's revolving around Gale, these murders and all this stuff, it's like that just wouldn't happen. Like there's no way that would happen. She could be the main help source, right? Like Dewey was the main help of 5. She could be the main help of 6. But there's no way, okay, on this earth that Gale is leading. Not that I'm saying that's a that's the best choice or the worst choice, right? Like, that, opinions aside, it just won't happen. Sam is the main character, right? And even if Sam isn't the main character, then Tara is the main character. But Gale, as much as and I've said it before, like, I don't ever want these movies to not have Sydney in it, right? So I'm a huge fan of keeping these legacy characters. I don't want them to make these movies without them, all right? And I've said that since day one. I said that a year and a half before Scream 5 released, okay? So I've been very consistent. So while I want Gale in it and as a main role, and while I want Sydney in it and as a main role, I get that the movie can't revolve around them. It revolves around Sam, and if not Sam, Sam and Tara, and if not that, then just Tara, but definitely one of those two or some combination of it, right? Again, I think Gale could easily be a center point, and I like the idea. I mean, obviously there's the theory. I don't even know how it started. There's like a theory moving or going around, but then also is there a rumor about it that like there'd be two different killers in two different locations? I thought I saw that was also like a loose rumor about the movie. One thing I do also, let me just throw this out there, right? I love talking about rumors. I'm not saying don't talk about them, right? I really enjoy it, but if we learned anything from Scream 5, is that a lot of the rumors were fake. Like, a lot. Like, I think there was one that was somewhat close, but it was in a pile of like 30 just not right rumors. So while they're fun, and trust me, I will talk about them as they come out for Scream 6 with, making sure I'm protecting people that don't want to know, right? Well, we'll hide the titles and stuff like that. But, I like talking about them, but I don't think, I don't think they're great to go by because as we've seen statistical proof of, very few were right on Scream 5. Very, very few. So they're fun to discuss, but I just don't think they're going to lead to anything. But I think Gale will be, to be honest with you, I do see the Star Wars formula playing itself out with I'm sure another franchise did it besides Star Wars. It's just Star Wars is the biggest one that did it. I think it's a solid idea, and I think if executed right, it makes sense that you really just, again, promote one of these three, considering you do have three and this is a trilogy now, or will be a trilogy, I guess, right? You promote them to the respective lead of the OGs in that respective movie. So Dewey was the lead of the three of them in that movie. In 5, in Scream 2022, Gale could be this one, and then Sydney would be the next one. Now, again, that does not mean you have to kill Gale off, and while I would have preferred you kill Gale over Dewey. I've actually said that. I've seen other people say that. I'm not saying that's like the right move. I'm saying that's just kind of my opinion. I would have maybe done that. I don't know if now. No, I don't know. Alex is very, I'm going to give an answer here, okay? No, I don't think you should kill her. I don't. I think I stand by everything that I said in terms of, she would maybe be the least willing to kind of come back, although I don't even think that's true, but I thought it at one point. She's the oldest of the group. She's asked to die before, you know what I mean? Like, there was that want for her to be killed off in the past. But with that all being said, I'm not really interested in, again, like we've seen with Star Wars, like we've seen with many other films, I'm not really interested in doing a reboot movie or reboot trilogy to bring back the old characters that we all love, to only then kill them off and literally replace them in front of our eyes with other characters. I get that's the point, is to replace them and move them with new characters, but you don't need to bring them back to murder them. You know what I mean? And obviously a horror slasher film is a really good place to kill people off, and I just don't. You did it with Dewey. Honestly, that's it. I would feel so angry if they killed Sydney. And again, I just think that's factually not going to happen. There's like no way that happens. I also, to a lesser extent, but I do actually feel this pretty passionately, I don't think they will kill Gale off, and I think it would be a horrible idea. I would maybe make that definitive, statement right now. So we'll see how it plays out, but overall, I don't mind her being kind of the OG lead of this one. Sydney would still be in it, and then Sydney would maybe be the OG lead of the next one. That's totally cool. I think that's fine, but to say the movie's going to revolve around her, there's absolutely no way, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.